morning, viewers. I am Fira Alkafi from UB Headline News, bringing the latest news for today. Teen overdose deaths are rapidly rising, but not because more of them are using drugs. Teen overdose deaths have been rapidly rising even as their drugs use hits a low, according to a study released Tuesday. Joseph Friedman, a researcher studying medicine and medical informatics at the University of California, Los Angeles, said that this was not coming from more teens using drugs. It was actually coming from drug use becoming more dangerous. Adolescents overdose deaths in the United States more than doubled from 2010 to 2021, jumping from 518 to 1,146 deaths annually, according to the study published in JAMA. In 2021, fentanyl was involved in more than 77% of adolescents overdose deaths, the study said in a recent report. U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency stated that fentanyl was 50 times more powerful than heroin and was extremely cheap to produce. Friedman reported that with drug use among teens currently at a historic low, researchers said the amount of fentanyl being sold to them in the form of counterfeits of common medications and the lack of the awareness of the risk they face taking these pills was a big part of the problem. Young people are buying what they think are legitimate pills, but actually they have pressed pills with drugs that were made in the underground market and they were pressed to look real. Sheila Victoria, Deputy Director for the Department of Research and Academic Engagement in the Drug Policy Alliance, said in a report. Morgan Godwin, a writer and an advocate for overdose policy, said in her report that the focus in reducing teen drug use in the U.S. has been successful. The bad news was the big changes need to be made to reduce overdose deaths. These are not the prescription pills that older generations use and teens sometimes swiped from their medicine cabinets. Counterfeits are now being made with fentanyl packaged to look near identical to legitimate medicines and sold on the street to teens who are unaware of the risks they pose, Godwin said in a recent report. Friedman said that they need to update their understanding so that they know that pills are actually becoming the most dangerous thing, with varying levels of the fentanyl in the different pills. Both people who were experimenting and those who regularly take the pills often didn't know what they were getting and were at risk. To address the rise in deaths, Friedman, Godwin, and Victoria said that schools and families need to focus on educating adolescents on the real risks around drugs, what an overdose looks like, how to access naloxone, which is used to treat overdose, and how to test drugs for the presence of fentanyl. Some families of adolescents may be afraid that honest conversation about safe practice to reduce overdose deaths could open the door for their children to begin using, but Godwin said the opposite is true. According to Godwin, she said that this fear of sending the wrong message about drugs was sending teenagers to their graves. Parents were so critical as a credible messenger for their own kids or for those in their kids' peer group. She also added that harm reduction was not enabling them. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, that not all teens will engage in experimentation with substances, but many will. Even with historic low related of drug use, nearly 20% of teens aged 10th and 12th grades used illicit drugs in 2021, both teens who would try drugs and alcohol and those who didn't benefit from having an honest, nuanced understanding of the risks that they pose. Godwin stated that if a parent said the people who try ecstasy often die immediately, and a child goes to a party where dozens of other teens to take drugs and show up at school on Monday, they may lose confidence in the information they get from the trusted authorities in their life. She also added that instead, they turn to peers, the internet, and popular media for the information, which can often give dangerous misinformation. According to Victoria, she said that conversation then teach which drugs were risky and which were outright dangerous, as well as how to handle drugs safely benefits teens on multiple fronts. They both empower adolescents to make smarter decisions and give kids the message that their families are there for when they have questions, part of the problem as well as when they need help. Godwin also added that when you give people better options, they make better choices. That's all the news for today. Check this out at upnews.com for the latest updates. I am Fira Alkafi. Thank you for watching and have a great day.